Hello friends, this is my first YouTube video, and in this video I am going to share the format of note making that is quite important when it comes to CBSE examination of class 11th and 12th. So let's begin this video, and I'm going to tell you what is the format of note making and how you can accomplish success in that. So let's begin. So first of all, look that you will be given a passage in your question paper, of course, and first and foremost in the note making question, you are supposed to give a title to your notes. So what I suggest to you is that you first grow through the comprehension, read it thoroughly, and get a basic idea of what the comprehension is all about. And when you get that idea, that same idea is going to be the title of your note making. So we are done with the title. Then next come the format of the note making. So basically note making is divided into various points, and it is because it makes easy for the reader to understand what you have written in your notes. Okay, so this is the format that you have to mention your notes in points, in head points, in sub points, and in sub points. Okay, so let us discuss each of these in detail. So what is head point? So basically a head point is about a paragraph of the comprehension that you are going to get. Look, each paragraph has something hidden into it. The main idea or the main motive of that paragraph is what which is going to be your head point. Remember, the whole idea of the comprehension is going to be the title of that note making, but the ideas of the individual paragraph is going to be the head points of your note making. Okay, so what I suggest is that you should first of all read each paragraph and then underline a main word of that paragraph which is going to be the head points of your note making. Okay, so when done with this head point thing, we next come to the sub points. Okay, the sub points, actually these are related to the head points of that particular paragraph. Some of the few things that the paragraph would be divided into would be the sub points about that particular head points. So you have to mention those sub points and get your answers. Okay, so you get the sub points by dividing your particular paragraph into various things that each head point is going to give you. Okay, so you have got your sub points. And what about the sub points? Look, sub point is something which is very deep into that paragraph. So most of the time you get sub points only in the paragraph of the comprehension which are quite long. Look, actually, you need not to uh, make many head points, many sub points, and all that. Actually, for getting the complete marks, you have to make almost approximately 3 to 4 head points, approximately 2 sub points or 3 sub points in each, and a total of 3 to 4 sub points, and you would be done with your thing. Okay, so you know not to take tension a lot about how are you going to do all that. Okay, so just mark important word of each paragraph that would be going to your head point, then divide the paragraph into 2 to 3 things that are being told about the head point, and those are going to be a sub point. And in long paragraph, just try to look about the sub points. Okay, and yes, you need not to describe anything about the head points or the sub points or anything. You are just going to make notes in points. Okay, now another important thing, the order or the numbering that you give to the head point, the sub points, and the sub points should be very different. Okay, now let me give you an example. Suppose you write the head points and order them as A head point, B head point, C head point, and so on in capital letters. And then you have to orderize your sub points as 1, 2, 3, 1 sub point, 2 sub point in A head point, and the sub points should come in Roman numerals. Okay, you are getting that each of these orders should be very different in order to clarify what you are going to mention in your notes, so that it is easy for the reader to get what is the main motive behind these notes. Okay, this was the important thing. And in note making you need to use some of the abbreviations that are common. Okay, like for and we use ampersand, and for various, like for point we use pt, for point we use pt, and like other I have, like for author author we use athr dot. Okay, for point we use pt dot, etc. Actually you can make abbreviations of any word. I'm going to tell you a trick, that you just simply remove the vowels of that particular word, and its pronunciation would not be changed, and you would be handed with an abbreviation of that word. Now you have to make approximately 4 to 5 abbreviation, and that's all, not more than that. Okay, it is not like that you have completed your note in only abbreviations. That would be going to look absurd. Okay, you have to use 4, 5 or 6 abbreviations at maximum. And just do not forget to write a separate column of the abbreviations that you have used in your notes. Okay, now another important way to increase the effectiveness of your notes is a trick that, first of all, make the margins on both the sides of the pages, and don't use those margins, just write everything in the center of the page. Okay, now suppose you have written a head point here. After leaving this much margin, you write your head point here, then you read, this is your head point, then you write your sub point here and sub point here, giving appropriate spacing in your notes, so that would make it much more effective to the reader, and you would be awarded with full marks. Okay, so this was the overall format of note making. Okay, and the another part of this, the same question of the comprehension that you are going to get, is gist making, that is summary writing. Okay, so summary writing is basically something that is that comes from inside. Okay, you write about read the paragraph, and that is going to tell you what is the summary of that whole comprehension. You just need to write it in your own words. Okay, now most, okay, actually the easiest way to do that is just read the whole comprehension, close your eyes for a second and think, what is this telling you to you? And yes, all those thoughts that are going to come into your mind would simply tell you the whole summary of this comprehension, and you would be done with the question, and you are just awarded with 10 marks, and nobody could deduct any marks from you, from your answer. Okay, and yes, you can also use black ballpoint pen or something like that for your head points, and numbering in the different pen and all like that. Okay, so this was all about note making that you are that is going to benefit in you, that is going to benefit you in your examinations. Okay, okay, so I take your leave. Please subscribe this channel. All the best for your examinations.